Hello everybody, I'm KC, and welcome to another edition of Let's Talk About. Today, let's talk about the latest episode of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, the Hooffields and the McColts. Or, as I like to call it, the Great Divide done right. But before we go more into that, I want to talk about what a unique situation this episode gives us. Not the feud, that's been done in every family show, ever. I mean that this is a Twilight and Fluttershy episode. Whenever I come across the question, who is best pony, I always respond with, Twilight is best pony, but Fluttershy is my favorite. Twilight was my favorite when I first started watching the show, but Fluttershy quickly grew on me. The weird thing is that even though I figured the next map adventure would involve Twilight and Fluttershy, it didn't hit me until I actually saw the episode that, just like with Rainbow Dash and Rarity Investigates, we've never had an episode focusing on these two exclusively. It's actually a very interesting dynamic. It's not really the dynamic that Fluttershy has with the others. Fluttershy being incredibly shy, with whoever is with her dealing with that in their own way. With Twilight so confident in her position as the Princess of Friendship, it makes Fluttershy a lot more confident in their mission. Twilight's eccentric over-preparedness actually is a good balance with Fluttershy's quiet nature. This episode shows off the best sides of Twilight and Fluttershy, using their greatest strengths to solve the problem. They balance each other out very well, and I really hope they team up again in the future. Before we get to the friendship problem, a quick tangent. Why do they keep putting the wrong wings on Twilight? Seriously, this is kind of a pet peeve of mine, and I'm kind of surprised people don't bring it up. I kind of get when it happened in Season 4, since they were still adjusting Twilight's design and body language to the wings, but those are Pegasus wings. These are Alicorn wings. This is Season 5, and it still happens! Urgh! Sorry guys, that's just bothered me for a while. Let's just go back to the episode. Now, I know the feud between the Hooffields and the McColts is loosely based on a real-life feud between two families, the Hatfields and the McCoys. However, since I don't know that much about this conflict, I will be treating this feud as just its own story. So what did I think of the actual feud? Usually the feuding family's character dynamic kinda bugs me, and tends to get old really quick. I refer you to the Great Divide, where they had one tribe that was very clean, and another that was very dirty, and that's it. That's the only joke. But here, they actually managed to make that dynamic funny, particularly in the scene where the girls are asking the families questions about the fight. They're so ridiculously sure of their answers and actions that it actually becomes funny. Kudos to the voice actors of Ma Hooffield and Big Daddy McColt for managing to have such great comedic timing while keeping such heavy, exaggerated accents. That's a lot tougher than you'd think. But then there's what this conflict was about and how they resolved it. Neither side really remembers what started this conflict, and neither side really cares. They just want to win. What they don't realize is that the resources they're using to fight each other are the animals' homes and food supplies. Heck, sometimes the animals get caught in the crossfire. I give this episode extra points for having Fluttershy's talent to talk to animals help solve the problem. That little gift of hers doesn't come into play nearly as often as it should. I really like the direction they took here, of having an impartial third party explain what happened. As it turns out, the ancestors of the Hooffields and the McColts came to the valley to preserve it, but they were so caught up in what they wanted to do to the valley, they forgot why they were doing it, hurting the creatures they wanted to protect. I'm sure that this direction has been done before, but I think it was very well done, even kind of poignant, showing how the good intentions of these two were twisted into such a pointless conflict, and really only hurting creatures who wanted no part of it. As soon as Ma and Big Daddy hear this, they call off the feud and work to restore the valley. And the girls' work here is done. Overall, I liked this episode a lot more than I thought I would. The Hooffields and the McColts were funny, my two favorite ponies worked very well together, and they tackled the feuding family story we've seen a million times in a way that made it entertaining and delivered a pretty great message. I honestly don't know if I have a favorite among these map-calling episodes, but they all had entertaining moments, and I look forward to seeing where the map takes the main six next. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.